Hello random viewers and welcome to another Space Engineers video. This is a new series. This is a survival series where I'm just doing a survival with a friend who has more time and is easier to line schedules up with. And there's not going to be any story or setup, it's just going to be doing whatever we feel like doing, which is going to make production time a lot easier, and it's going to mean that I can get you more videos. As you can see, we're aboard this ship, the Scorpius. It's the same from the last one, just because I had it laying around. And the idea of this series was lower production time because I just don't have lots of time nowadays. As you can see, it's tilting pretty bad, a lot worse than it was the first time, but we did land with the ship instead of in an escape pod. At this time we hadn't started the emergency power yet, so we were forced to hack down doors. After cutting down a lot of doors, we decided to bring emergency power online, so this was us putting in the batteries and turning them on. That brought the lights and conveyor systems back online. We then headed to the bridge to assess the damage, and found that there were rocks inside of there as well. Finally, we left the ship and constructed a ramp so that we could get in and out more easily. To further make things easier for ourselves, we dug a few tunnels so that we could easily get in and out of the crater that the ship had dug as it came in. After that, we walked around the ship to determine which areas could be more easily salvaged than others. Many hours of dismantling followed that. Once we had some materials gathered from the ship, my friend began construction on a mobile base, while I hunted down some iron that I had found on the ore detector. I probably should have mentioned this earlier in the video, but there's something wrong with my voice today, so I apologize, it does sound different. Once we finally figured out what our mobile base would look like, we began constructing the frame and scaffolding to hold it up. After finally finishing the wheels, we realized something was wrong, and that they were upside down, so we had to completely dismantle them and put them back together the right way around. With that done, the rover now consisted of a frame with a bottom floor and some wheels. This is us adding scaffolding so that we can easily get up and down onto that frame. And then we had to weld up the catwalks so that we can walk around on it and decrease the weight of the frame. A little while later, work of the upper floor had begun. Whilst making supply runs, you can get a good idea of what the rover looked like. It has headlights and this two-floor design, which will allow for a lot of assemblers and refineries and anything that a base would need. Once the rover had a bridge and solar panels as a roof, my friend was beginning to have some connection issues. It wasn't a problem at this particular time, but as we continued it got worse and worse. By the time I called it a night, my friend had already been disconnected multiple times and was flying around at thousands of meters per second. But you can get a pretty good idea of what it looks like. We added some lights and some finish, and there are batteries stored underneath. It turned out looking pretty nice, and we will finish it next episode. So thank you so much for watching. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me if you like this style of video. I've been doing it with my Kerbal videos, and I think it really improves the quality. Thanks again, and I hope you all have a very nice day.